people are thinking that this is just gonna be the Joshi against Tranky show, but the truth is that here in Jakarta, in this KIS 4, it's gonna be really a 5v5. Can Blacklist really break the code against BIGETRON? Let's wait and see as the BP for this game, number 1, is going to start. Match 6, game 1, best of 5. Arlie taken out of the mix immediately.
Okay, that's a great start. Now, another specialty that Golden Kite has been the channel. I'm curious to see if that's going to be allowed in this game, number 1. But for now, Blacklist International going to follow suit with the stock standard bans here. Fire Ninja Mai not going to be available.
I think one of the interesting things in here is Blacklist might not ban any of the junglers from TrankQ, and then BIGETRON by Vitality, will they just immediately just pick a jungler just like that? If everything is available, do I just take priority and then just go back to my 2025 ways? It's gonna be a swing pick over here with the Tricha.
I like it. It's a very flexible pick, right? You can go into multiple lanes. Yeah. This opens up the door for counter picks for BIGETRON by Vitality. It's now up to Blacklist. Do you want to show your cards?
Well, they are gonna have to show something, that's for sure. The Dharma, it's a very good pick. The Dharma against the Tricha over there in the farm lane could be a little bit of a problem, but in terms of the initiation, it's gonna be a good one. 2 very good initiators over here from Blacklist International. That's going to allow them to be pretty tanky and take the initiative of the fights.
And that's a good game plan, right? One of the things that Chicha might struggle with, especially if she does not have the lead, is taking down mega tanks. But BIGETRON by Vitality, they're gonna double down on this burst potential. They're gonna ramp up the speed here, pay as the priority pick for Zhang Q with Gen special, the Nua Celestial.
I like it. I like it a lot. Look at that, the page just for the early game, and then after that the Tricha and the Nua for the mid and late game. Pretty balanced right over there. Very well done here from BIGETRON by Vitality. Blacklist might answer back with the Yukio Tachibana. If you want to go fast pace at the early game, I'm going to match you as well, and this is going to be an F1 race.
Big burst damage potential, very high mobility for both of these heroes. The Swift Strike, of course, for Ukyo Tachibana, and with Tigress for the pay. Now, then this kind of puts a different focus, right? Blacklist International definitely going to be banning out majority of the roamers, and as well as the potential clash lane or farm lane, because the Tricha can go in either of these lanes.
Exactly, and that is one of the reasons why the Tricha has been just so frequent in the BP, because it's such a flexible pick that you get such a big advantage just by taking that as your first pick. It just sets up the stage for you to be able to really just hide something at the same time that puts your opponents to try to guess what your movements are going to be. Great mind pick.
I feel this is going to be a big change. This Chicha is probably going to the farm lane. Right? A clash lane, sorry, because they've taken out the Xiao Xiao. So this is going to be interesting, right? And I like the fact that both teams, they know the strength of the composition, right? Oh no, they actually put the Chicha in the farm lane.
Farm lane Chicha against the Eren. Well, this is going to be the first farm lane Chicha that we have seen, right? Like, we've seen it in the jungle, we've seen it in the clash lane, but this is going to be the first time that we actually see it in farm lane.
For giving me a chance.
In the pro scene, at least, I mean, there are varying results. We've seen one earlier today, I think. Danny did play it. But, of course, that was a pretty tough game for them to pull off. Now, let's talk about that ban. The Zhuangzi ban coming in. That's a great answer towards the Dharma. They didn't want to allow that. So BIGETRON will have to make do with the Lapu Lapu here. I don't know if this is enough, though.
Well, analyze the composition here from Blacklist International, right? They want to fight. Initiation from Dharma, initiations from the Shri, initiation from the Tranfei. It's gonna depend a lot on what Golden Kite can do on that Eren in terms of just dealing the damage. At the same time, can Joshi really slow down Trankyu on the other side?
That's true. I mean, Golden Kite, every Naruto we all know is a very mobile hero, and she can play at range. So once she drops her ultimate and she is not within your reach, you are going to just fall flat, right? Instant deletion.
Yes.
But at the same time, if I were to be on the side of Blacklist International, or I want to view Blacklist International through the eyes of BIGETRON, my worry is Dragon. Because if Dragon gets the catch, it opens up two doors. Number one, a singular target of which she can control you. And then when your backup comes, that's where the setup for Chemi 1 is going to be hilariously painful. Because he's going to hit you with the truth, and it's not going to be something you like.
BIGETRON by Vitality, they're going to try to play to answer back to the fights. And that is going to be a very interesting communication challenge that they will have, right? They know that they do not have the priority over the initiation, but at the same time, in the priority of how to just turn things around, they do have the heroes to really answer back. Can the Lapu Lapu just tank in all of the damage, tank in all of the skills to allow the pay, to allow the Chicha to come in from behind and actually be able to finish the counter?
Yeah. The setup from the Lapu Lapu is going to be very interesting, right? Because we've seen it time and time again. Every time he throws his blade down, that is a lot of poke damage coming in. Chaz does not have that kind of range. He needs to get close to you to use his first skill. So this is going to be a masterclass in terms of positioning from both the roamers on BTR and Blacklist as well. Now, with that being said, this early game advantage is really important for both junglers because the snowball potential of both Zankyu and Joshi are just off the charts for this game.
So everyone is going to have to be on their toes just since minute one. Really just looking around, just trying to understand the jungling paths, because a little mistake in the first 1 minute could snowball gigantic, in a gigantic fashion. Well, this is going to be our last game of today. This is going to be the last best of 5. It's going to be BTR on the blue side, and it's going to be Blacklist International on the red.
Very different mindset coming in from the side of BTR. Actually, they're putting pressure on the bot lane, but this means Joshi gets to go into the jungle for free. And if they don't respond in time, you're losing camps away. Now, Joshi will be able to get that camp, and he is trying to go in, interestingly enough, unable to run over the wall. He needs to be safe.
Look at that, the understanding of that, right? Like Joshi comes in, gets the camp. That is actually a very good movement from him. Do we think that Trankyu was not actually aware of that? Maybe he's just trying to allow it. We will only know with a little bit more time. What we know is that Trankyu immediately, since the beginning, coming in to share some of the waves directly with Landfall.
Yeah, it's a risk, right? So that is the risk you have to take, because as coaches have already told me in the past, in HOK or any MOBA game, right? You can't win everything. You have to make a choice.
I agree. It's a matter of trade-offs, right? Like you cannot just expect to win everything. In some moments, you're going to have to let some of these things go. Now, letting things go is not going to be good for any of them, as right now we can see the rotations already just Chaz sucking in so much damage in the middle.
He's not even level 4. That's going to be a little bit of a concern, right? Until he has his ultimate Unbridled Outburst, it's a risk that he's taking. But that risk, that window of risk is going to be a little bit cut down. He's going to be level 4 soon. And you can see F1 as a Lapu Lapu, tanky as heck.
Very, very big. I love the Lapu Lapu, man. It's so nice. Golden Kite taking extremely low right over there. The reinforcements are going to come back. Ooh, Annihilation coming in. He knew. He was waiting for that.
Yeah, this is the mark of like strong players, right? They know exactly what their opponents are thinking of, and that was a nice juke by the side of Golden Kite as well. Probably has the help of his teammate to let him know that, hey, there is a potential the Genmyth Nuwa is going to try and come for your life. Play safe.
Yeah. Communication is going to be key in order to find success in this game. We can see in terms of the jungling, Joshi being a lot faster than Trankyu on that side, right? You can see that he's got a faster control over the resources. So you can see him being a lot more mobile.
Yeah, and this level advantage is scary not just for Zhang Q, but more importantly is members like Gen Myth as well as Lanfeng. These are the two primary targets that if Jashi gets his hands on, it's almost a soft guarantee they will be taken down.
Very balanced in terms of gold. Okay. BTR, but look at a golden kite.
Nice save coming in from this side. Annihilation will not hit the mark as well. Golden Kite knows exactly what they're trying to do. And with that Unbridled Outburst, it's going to be landed down onto F1. But this guy is a tank. He should be able to escape. Lanfeng maybe not as lucky at this point. Jashi unable to find that marker, that timing as well. But look at who's hiding in the corner. Chami1, known for flanking and getting the responses that he needs to. Chami1, he's going to start walking towards the sidelines. Comes in with the flash. Finish the job as well. It's going to be 2 kills for the price of none.
Look at that, great coming in. You called it, Kin. Chami1 just waiting for the moment for him to jump in. And it's going to be a 2-0 trade for Blacklist. BTR, they've been trying to gank onto Golden Kite. And there's going to be the answer coming in for Blacklist, taking 2. Not only the first blood, but it's going to take 1 more kill into their bag.
And this is a beautiful movement from the side of Blacklist, right? So not only do they get the rotation by Chami1, look at the comms from the team. I know you can't hear it, but the fact that Golden Kite is already in the clash lane, making sure they don't lose out on the waves, Blacklist has a rotational plan in mind, and they're doing it.
Now that they have the opportunity, it's time for them to start just snowballing with disadvantages. They decide to come in. The Blacklist got the turret, and look at that one more time. It's going to be a 4v1 over there in the mid lane. Nothing that F1 could have done in their kin.
Yeah, he was tanky, but that is no longer the case. Blacklist now has a 3-kill advantage. They may not have the biggest gold advantage, but the burst potential, like we mentioned before, these are heroes that have huge burst potential, especially Jashi.
Venomous Staff already done by Dragon. He's sure he's going to have that item available. This is important for us to see, like, Venomous Staff has become such a popular item for the mid laners in this KIS.
Yeah, it definitely is, because it provides a lot of magical damage as well as the anti-heal, and right now that's a prior item because items like the Scepter of Reverberation has been nerfed, and this is a new meta item you need in the mid lane as well.
Almost 6 minutes of this first game in between Blacklist and BTR. We can see already 1,000 gold advantage here for Blacklist. Slowly just taking control of the map and taking control of the objectives. What does Tranquil needs to do right now in order to turn things around? The only thing that we have been seeing him is leaping from left to right, trying to clean the jungle, but he has not been able to do any moves.
Yeah, this is where Blacklist is very scary, right? Now, if you notice that gold lead, most of it is actually in the hands of Jashi as well. And this spells disaster for the side of BIGETRON by Vitality, because this essentially means Jashi can get the kill on almost anyone in BIGETRON.
The kill that Shivana just due to its mechanics, right? Like, it's got stun and it's got damage. Like, it's just such a complete hero, right? In terms of melee heroes, I would say it's one of my favorite ones.
Yeah, I like him too, but unfortunately I don't really perform too well on my own Uko Tachibana. So we'll take a look at how the pros do it. And right now, Blacklist rotation, I have to say, is really clean. They've taken a T2 in a matter of 7 minutes. That's really fast.
Well, there you go. They come in with a very clear plan, right? And look at that, 4 against 4 over there in the mid lane. BTR just doesn't seem to be able to find any way how to respond to this. F1 is given the vision. You can always see that F1 on the Lapu Lapu, like, he's giving the communication about the positionings from Blacklist International, but BTR can do nothing about it.
They absolutely cannot, right? Because Chami1 is such a dominant... Oh, hang on. Chami1 gets the setup here, unable to find the finish. And as I complimented him, Chami1 will be taken down. Jashi now will be able to make it out safely, but the damage has been done. They've figured out a formula to deal with Chami1, and that potentially could change BIGETRON's playstyle here.
Chammy 1 comes in with the flash, but then the ulti is going to be wide. That's the reason why he stands in the middle of all BTR members, and that's going to be fatal for him. Chaz right now is going to be set on air, as right now he's going to be targeted. One more time, look at that.
Slain an enemy.
Yep, it's not going to be a nice picture for the side of Lanfeng. Goes in solo, 1v4 here, unable to find a kill, but ZanQ will finish the job onto Dragon. That is 1 CC taken away. And at this point, BTR, that was a great play, but they need more. Chammy 1 does have his truth mantra, will not expend it at this point. They lose the T1 as well. Blacklist International need to hold off.
BLACKLIST International loses Dragon, but that's not extremely painful for them. Not as painful as it was for BTR to lose the Tricha. That Tricha is very item dependent, and they need him to be online right now.
They need to get that steal. The setup by Bao as well. No follow-up from the side of BIGETRON. It does not matter at this point, right? BLACKLIST and BIGETRON both understand there is no need to overextend. Right now, it's about control of the Gorge. And ZanQ has secured the Tyrant. And this may be in trade for the Azure Golem. No, it's not even there.
BLACKLIST had a little bit of a gold advantage, and right now that has already vanished. There is no advantage, no more for BLACKLIST International, as we're gonna hit almost the 10-minute milestone. You can start seeing that it's very, very tight in between those heroes. It is only a 400 gold advantage for Joshi, even though that he's had been doing a lot of better jungling than what Tranquil has been doing.
Okay, it looks great for BLACKLIST at the moment in terms of like overall, because there is the magic damage coming in from the side of Golden Kite, but that advantage will start to dwindle down because right now, nobody on the side of BTR has actually built up too much magic defense. When they do, Golden Kite is not going to have value here.
Exactly, and then when Golden Kite is not going to have value in there, who's supposed to be dealing damage there? That is the one question that I have about this whole composition from BLACKLIST International. In the moment that the Succubus cloaks are going to start showing up, who's supposed to be dealing?
Well, we'll see what the result of this exchange here. Both teams playing very patient. They get the reset coming in. And with that, Joshi will try to reposition himself. Right now, BLACKLIST are looking for that opening angle for Chammy 1.
ZanQ does not want to take part over here on this first Dark Tyrant battle. He might want to come back, but he's still pretty far away, 50%, and the battle might start right now, Ken.
Oh, he actually got it! He steals away the Tyrant! And with that, BTR get a great start. Can they get the back of Joshi as well? Joshi will take a fall. It's a 2-for-1 trade though. Lanfeng is out. Do they have enough damage on the side of BTR? They do! And the chase down happens. Not only that, they also reward themselves with the Azure Golem. BTR walk into BLACKLIST and take everything.
It is a 2v2 trade right over there. It's going to have to be Golden Kite that's going to run away. Dragon is going to fall. Trank is going to claim one more kill right over there, finishing in what we could actually say a 3-2 trade for BTR.
Yep, it's a beautiful trade, right? And it's a big swing. That's the biggest thing. BTR, it looked like the game was pretty much on standstill for them for the past 2 to 3 minutes. And in a blink of an eye, they have taken 2 T2s, one in the mid, one in the top, and BLACKLIST find themselves behind by 3,000 gold.
I'm telling you, in that moment, I actually thought that Tranky did not want to take any part over there in that Dark Tyrant fight. If Joshi and the whole BLACKLIST International would have just rushed into it, I don't think that Tranky would have had enough time to make it all the way from where he was to come in and smite out that dragon.
Fully agree. I thought he would not make it. I thought ZanQ was out of time. But here's where information is so valuable. BLACKLIST did not know that ZanQ was not around. Right now, they are looking for a potential setup on the side of BIGETRON here. It's not to get a kill, it's actually just to push them away so that they have access into the Crimson Golem. Successfully secured. F1 here, maybe taking a step too far. Quite a bit of burst damage coming in. They're laying down the ultimates from the side of Dragon as well as Golden Kite. They do get that neutral objective on the side of BTR, and the big fight ensues. They will be able to finish Chammy 1 off. There is no return here, and with that, Shaz is going to be taken down. BIGETRON, they find so much, but it's going to be a decent trade as well. BLACKLIST, they will not back up too easily at this point. Chami 1 for the life of Zhangqiu as well as F1. Can they get the snipe? Not gonna happen. Annihilation does not hit the mark. But T3s are open for the taking. They do get the pull onto Bao. Does he have to sustain? He does not. And BLACKLIST survive. But this pressure is going to be cut off soon. BIGETRON cannot push any further.
Bao jumping in a little bit too deep. Right over there, taking in the tower damage. He thought that he could actually take the kill onto Golden Kite, and he just was unable to do that. They lose Bao right over there, and they won't be able to put any more pressure onto the high ground turrets. Look at that, Joshi comes in, gets the steal. Can he run away though?
Oh, he cannot, and that is an instant deletion. Joshi just wanted to take a little bit of an advantage, but instead has given a huge advantage to the side of BIGETRON.
BIGETRON by Vitality right now, after those two scrimmages in there, you can see they've already cemented that 2,000 gold that they had before. Right now, the 14 minutes mark, we can see how Bao already with the Succubus Cloak, we're gonna be able to withstand a little bit more of the damage coming in from Golden Kite.
And that's going to be a huge issue. They do get the catch. They found Lanfeng. He is not going to survive that. And with that, the big burst damage coming in from the side of BIGETRON. Can they find the opening? There is going to be chance. He uses ultimate. And here comes the turnaround. They have stayed. Overstayed their welcome. Bao has to use the flash. Here comes the chase down. Joshi as well. Can he get the stun? All he needs is to get that stun. It does come through. Dragon trying to get the catch as well. Unable to find it. And Dragon finds himself now in the middle of too much damage. Bao, can he finish his job? He will. And at that, the traders come in for the side of BLACKLIST though, and with that catch, Bao, he did get the catch, but at the price of 4 lives on his team. BLACKLIST recover.
BLACKLIST right now just turning things around. BTR taking 2 rush decisions over there. Instead of trying to slowly taking in the high ground turret, they tried to go in for the kills, and in 2 different attempts, 2 different losses. And right now it's going to be BLACKLIST, the ones that they're going to level the gold, and they have control of the game.
Joshi just will not be denied, right? You get picked off for the attempt on stealing that Crimson Golem. Failed once, doesn't matter, try again. This time, Joshi gets it with no fight back from the side of BIGETRON. And BIGETRON, this is not a good fight to have. They have Golden Kite as well as Joshi, both having the Crimson buff.
Golden Kite right now just having such an amazing performance, man. Look at that numbers right over there. He's already fully stacked, almost 14,000 gold. His counterpart on the other side, Lanfeng, just being the opening that BLACKLIST is finding every single time. His positioning has not been on point.
I think he's hoping that the team is able to cover him. But at this point, it feels like Lanfeng is just moving a bit too fast for the team to catch up. So if they can fix that timing issue, BLACKLIST might not have the best time. But right now, BLACKLIST, they feel strong. They want to push and put pressure on the T3 at the bottom. A huge amount of structural damage coming in from the side of Joshi. Annihilation not going to hit the mark at all. So BLACKLIST get a healthy amount of damage to get out. But this comes with the trade that Zhangqiu has snuck away the Overlord, Shadow Overlord, mind you.
Shadow Overlord at the 16-minute mark is going to be a good news for Zhangqiu and the boys from BTR. This might be the push that they need, the element that they need in order to actually get the super minions. Not getting the super minions early on in this fight actually has slowed down BTR a lot. If they would have been able just to get on to the high ground earlier on, they would have some advantage right now.
For sure. I mean, right now, it's the same story on both sides, right? T3 on the top is looking dangerously low for the side of BLACKLIST. BIGETRON, though, their T3 at the bottom is looking a little bit scarce in health. Now, Joshi will secure his Azure Golem for himself. This is going to give him massive CDR. He does have his second life as well, Sage's Sanctuary. I want to see, how does this next team fight go?
Bangers are gonna come in already. Annihilation trying to find onto Joshi. Joshi being taken to half of his HP. They need to control the minion waves. The one on the farm lane is going to be difficult to manage. I don't think that BTR will be able to get the push onto the high ground with these bangers.
I don't think so, right? Right now, they're just trying to pull attention away. So what BIGETRON is hoping for is that they will forget the defender's bottom side of the map as Lanfeng approaches that T3 at the bottom side. That's going to be a 2-on-1. F1 is going to join him in that attempt as well. Quite a bit of damage laid down onto the T3 at the bottom. Can they find the one at the top? No, they cannot. So BIGETRON efforts have been used, but it's not going to net any results.
Amazing defense coming in from BLACKLIST, right? BLACKLIST International, they're not rushing in. They understand that this is gonna come down to one mistake. Whoever that makes the mistake right over here is going to give the game away. And thank you. Let's see if he can find that mistake over here. Golden Kite is gonna be a 1v1.
Oh, he can't, and it's going to be legendary coming in from the side of Golden Kite. Absolute kite guard here from the side of BLACKLIST International. This is going to put them in a 4v5 position, and what a timing to get it as well. BLACKLIST, they could potentially go for the Shadow Tyrant and turn this whole game on his head against BIGETRON.
Thank you. He thought that he could actually take on to Golden Kite, giving him his first L of the game, and Golden Kite says, no, sir. I am going to take one more kill onto my bag, actually. Look at this. Right now, it's going to be BLACKLIST. We talked about the one mistake, and that mistake triggered that right now it's going to be BLACKLIST International taking that last Dark Tyrant, 80 seconds off the buff, and we are 60 seconds away from the Tempest Dragon.
This is perfect for the side of BLACKLIST International. They just have to play the cards right. As long as Chaz gets that perfect initiation with his ultimate, that unbridled outburst, this should be a guarantee here. They will be able to push away the minions for the time being, but Golden Kite is just too strong. He gets the T3 at the bottom. BLACKLIST, they find a gap in the defense on the side of BIGETRON. Ultimate used by the side of Lanfeng as well. Will just push BLACKLIST back. BLACKLIST, they don't care, because at this point, 30 seconds away from the Tempest Dragon, it could be their game to win.
I don't know if it was just an illusion, but I just saw Lanfeng just dealing damage and then HP bars not even moving. Is it that he does not have the items? What is going on right now with that Chicha?
Okay, they did miss the ultimate onto the side of Chaz here. This could be a big win for the side of BIGETRON. They just have to finish the job. But BLACKLIST, they know what to do. They're going to start backing off. Howl is going to be used. Zhang does have his double life here with the Sage's Sanctuary. The chase down does come in. Where is the support from BIGETRON? They need to protect the jungler. 2v1. He will make it out. Zhang safe for the time being.
Safe for the time being, but look at that, at what cost, because right now it is going to be BLACKLIST International. They have control over the waves. Zhang is gonna have to spawn over there at the bottom lane, and in the moment that he does that, Joshi and the boys from PKL, they know that it's gonna have to be Tempest Dragon time.
Yep, they will start to position themselves around the Tempest Pit. So BLACKLIST International, they understand what's at stake. They don't have to rush this. They already have an open wound on the BIGETRON base at the bottom. Right now, it's just making sure the waves are in their favor.
20 minutes and 50 seconds of the game. Chami won against Changkyu over here, taking on the 1v1. They know that they cannot take this. The only objective is going to be to clean the wave. Clean the wave and then just go and regroup with your teammates. The super minions at the bottom lane are going to be an advantage for BLACKLIST.
Lanfeng at the backline though, he has found Dragon as well as Golden Kite. He tries to go in for more damage. Annihilation going to be used as well. First life gone for Golden Kite. Can he finish the job? Splendor going to be used by Golden Kite as well. Can they get the follow-up damage? Genlith tries to set it up. They do get the finish. Zhang as well. First life gone. No problem. It's going to be a 1-for-1 trade at this point of time. Zhang, he's doing his best against Chami 1, but the Spritlings have been used to give additional shields. Nice attempt by the catch from Dragon. Wants to push them back. Zhang will not be able to finish the job. Joshi on the back lines chasing Genmith as well. He will get the first life on the side of Genmith. They should finish this. BLACKLIST should win this fight. And it will be just F1 left with Bob. And it looks like BLACKLIST have all the advantage in the world. 40 long seconds that BIGETRON do not have their damage dealers.
Look at this, it's going to be very difficult. It's going to be a 4 against 2 defense. Can BTR do this? The crystal is falling apart. It is going to be the minions coming in. It's going to be a 3 against 2. Can they actually clean this skin?
They should be able to. Bao does have quite a bit of lifesteal, but here comes Dragon. If he just buy time, get the control in, they should be able to do it. Lanfeng, you can't dive like that. He will give his life a rampage for the side of Joshi, and still Bao is alive. He is a one-man army standing between the hopes of Blacklist and Bigetron. It will not be that effort though. F1 falling low. Bao, somehow this man is still alive. What a splendor from both Golden Kite and Dragon. They saved, they bid their time, and Bao, once again, this man is just made of another material. He's still alive, still life stealing, and this is not even his first life gone. They have found that damage onto Joshi. First life gone for him as well. Zankyo left all alone. He will take a fall. Where is the follow-up damage? Stun comes in. That's going to be the end of Zankyo. He's out for 45 seconds. Blacklist, nice catch by Chami1, who slammed them against the wall, but it's not going to be enough. Right now, BTR, they have to be really calculative about this fight. It is not worth to go any further. Blacklist feel the same as well. They will reset and start to prime and poise for the Tempest Dragon.
What a roller coaster of a game are we watching? 23 minutes right now, and it's gonna be Blacklist International, the ones that have the priority over this Storm Dragon. Look at that, the Tempest Dragon is going to be available, but Bao is going to lose one life in there.
Yep, CC after CC, Lanfeng is the first one to be taken out. There is a lack of damage for the side of Bigetron right now. Can they do more? Annihilation does hit the mark, but it's not enough damage. Blacklist, this is looking great for them. All they have to do is to finish that final blow. Bao gets his ultimate down. He will be able to sustain. He has been the one-man army. He did lose his first life. He cannot die here. Blacklist International, they want to finish the job, and it looks like it will be done. Destiny is not enough. Bigetron, they have to turn tail. Zankyo, F1, they don't have the extra lives. Stun comes in. Destiny activated for the side of Joshi. He will be shut down. And once again, the reactions of the Blacklist members are just out of this world. They get the Splendor down, but Gen Myth did get the damage in. And once again, we are at a stalemate. Hang on, Zankyo. He has to get the chase. There is no mana for Dragon, and he has no life as well. Blacklist, they did get that structural damage in, but have they bought enough time? Right now, it's 40 seconds for the side of Dragon, but 20 over seconds for Joshi as well as Golden Kite. This is the only chance I feel BTR will have to take the Tempest.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing right over here? This is pure mechanics. The Splendor's coming in at the fraction of a second when the Annihilation is just on the mark. Right now it's gonna be BTR. Tranky is going to take that Tempest Dragon's gonna bag it, and it's gonna be the time for them to push back. Are we gonna make it to 30 minutes here, kid?
I would hope so. I mean, I voted for the longest game to be 25 minutes and more, and boy, am I right. Now, with that being said, Blacklist against Bigetron. Look, Isaac, this is insane. The amount of times both Dragon and Golden Kite use their Splendor at the very last second to dodge the Annihilation, that is insane.
It is just perfect execution, man. It is just perfect. It's just, it needs to be to the millisecond, and they're being totally on point.
Yep, and the tides are turning right now. T3 at the bottom, secured by the side of Bigetron. T3 in the middle, gonna fall as well. And right now it's a barren base. The tides have turned. Everything is in favor of Bigetron at this point. Too many people have lost their Sage's Sanctuary. Now we're left with Chaz as well as Chami1, the last two members on the side of Blacklist with that extra life. Joshi though, this is a weird rotation. If he gets caught out here, this is going to be disaster. It's a 4v5 at the moment here. The flank comes in from the backlines. Bao keeps his eye on him. Get the stun in onto Joshi. They can't find the damage. Chami1 did find that truth mantra, but it might not be enough. In the backlines, Chaz is trying to hold off the rest of F1 as well as Lanfeng, but it might not be enough. The base is open for the taking. They just need to finish the crystal, and it's looking like Bigetron have won game number 1.
Bigetron by Vitality in this titanic battle ends up with the victory. Blacklist International looked like they had it in their bag, and at the end is Bigetron by Vitality, the ones that take on that Tempest Dragon at the end, and they are the winners of this amazing first game. We knew this was going to be the highlight, maybe not of only today, but maybe the highlight of the whole group stage, ladies and gentlemen. What an amazing feast we had right over here.
Excuse me, this is supposed to be group stages. This is not a grand final, but it feels like it here because we have the champions of each region here between IKL and PKL. Now, This is a great start for the BIGETRON boys, but Blacklist, that was a big performance. It shows you the quality that the PKL boys have, and I think we're in store for a long last series.
Oh gosh, this was such a great game. Pure gas, man. I'm loving it. Please give me more of this. What about we just go on to 5 games and then we just finish casting here at midnight? I am going to love it, man. This is insane. This is exactly what I was looking for since yesterday. Total madness. That is exactly how you could describe this game. Total madness.
Yep, absolute chaos. This is what I missed for the past 2 months, right? We have not been on broadcast for a while, and to be greeted with this quality of games, yes, it was messy, it was a lot of kills, there was a lot of brawls, but there was also a lot of macro plays. Everything you want in a game, this one had it. And this is just game number 1. We still have potentially 3 more games to go. 2 more games to go. Yeah, 2 more games. It's a best of 5. So let's take a look at the stats here. Because, look, the itemization at this point doesn't even matter to me. This was about the reaction timings and the decision-making by both teams.
I'm telling you, even though they cannot take the MVP because they got the loss, if there's got to be someone here that deserves the MVP, it's got to be Golden Kite, man. Golden Kite on that airing, the performance that he had today, dealing damage, taking kills, the millisecond splendors that we saw there 1, 2, 3 times. It's unfair to him not to be recognized. So I am gonna take my points and I'm gonna give them to Golden Kite, people like it or not.
All right, I love that, right? And that's for Blacklist. Now, I want to talk about BIGETRON because they won this one. It was a very tight situation, but the one man responsible for the livelihood of BIGETRON because they were at death's door. My man, Bao,
Yes.
This guy on the Byron was unkillable.
But that's the thing, right? Like when you have that Byron, you don't want to be taking on 1v1s, man. You're the one that wants to take on the 1v4s. Surround me with people, please. That's exactly what I want. I want all of you to come and try to jump me. That is what the kind of attitude that you need to have when you're playing on that Byron. And that ball in those last 2-3 minutes of the game, you saw him just jumping in again and again and again. Look at the damage taken in there, 221,000.
Insane. And you know what? Even after taking all that damage, he only fell that mere few times. Yes, he did take a fall, but he saved the game. If Bao had not been present at that moment of the game, BIGETRON would have lost this game way back then. Blacklist would have taken the first game in the series.
I completely agree with you, man. Look at that. Tranky and Joshi analyzed their data. Both of them did perfect performances. There were some moments where I just saw Joshi playing on that Dukyo Tachibana, and I was like, this guy's unkillable. Like using his ultimate just to recover HP so much, so quickly. It was really hard to kill. They needed to have multiple heroes from BIGETRON just coming in order to actually focus fire to get him dead.
Yeah, I mean, this match was messy for a couple of reasons because both teams understood that we have to split the fights, right? We can't give Bao on the Byron the 5-man ultimate. He will get insane amount of shields. He's gonna make full use of his passive to get the lifesteal back. On the other end, for the side of BIGETRON, it's more of, can we separate Chaz from giving the shield to the team? Can we isolate Golden Kite alone so that we can make him waste his life and his second life in the form of the Sage's Sanctuary? And that's where the fight broke loose and BIGETRON took it by the skin of their teeth.
Look at that. You called it. That's got to be the MVP for this game. It's gonna go to BIGETRON's Bao on that Byron the Spark base.
Crazy game by this guy. I mean, okay, damage taken, great. Damage dealt, great as well. There needs to be a new counter. How much life they recovered, right? We know we have that stat.
Yes,
and
true.
if you can show that stat, I think Bao he's gonna show you insane amounts of numbers here. But you know, this highlight reel is going to be insane.
Look at that. Everything started just in here, like the 10 minutes fight right in here for the Tyrant. It was such a great victory in here for them. you saw that BTR took the Tyrant there, but at what cost? Like they were having so many kills.
Yeah, exactly. And this is where, you know, the team is so impressive. Why is Bao the MVP? Because Bao is making space for the team. And many a times, if Bao is not there, look, he held this, I would guess, probably for a minute at least, right? Bao was just the thorn in their side. They couldn't get the push in.
Did you see that double splendor right over
Yeah,
there?
look at it, look at it.
Ow! Exquisite, man. It's just exquisite. Such a lovely game for us to watch. I know that a lot of you might already be tired of this day too because it's going long. But after this game, aren't you energized? I am really, really energized after this. This was the same as drinking 10 coffees.
Oh yeah, maybe even more, right? This is a crazy start to the series, and this is a best of 5. And I think the fans are loving it as well, because this was not a game where it was clean cut. There were, you take a look at the goal graph, it's up and down, back and forth as well. BIGETRON and Black